If you can understand Frank Lampard's English, you might have a C2 level. Let's look at two features of his English that make it very difficult to understand for people who are learning the language.
Oh, goodness me.
The first thing that jumped out to me was the extent to which he minimizes the weak forms. As I mentioned in my video on Christoph Waltz, many common words in English have a weak form which we use when they are not stressed. And this is super common. Many speakers do this. However, listen to how Frank Lampard reduces the word that in the following clip.
Never thought about that kind of thing happening before.
He reduces it so much that it ends up sounding more like ah.
That kind of thing.
And he doesn't stop there. Listen to how he pronounces I and ah in the following clip. They are both reduced down to a single vowel sound, the schwa, which is the sound.
And that played on my mind in games. I was like second guessing myself a little bit in the game.
Another feature of his English, which is very common in accents from the east of London and Essex, is called diphthong smoothing. If we take this word as an example, in my accent it has a diphthong at the beginning, which means two vowel sounds with a kind of connection between them play like this. Then it has the y sound and then a schwa at the end. In other words, there are three distinct sounds happening when I pronounce this word. However, if we listen to how Frank Lampard says this same word, you can hear how the diphthong disappears completely, which gives us something more like player.
I found it harder as a player.
You can hear another example of this same process with the word years in this clip.
These years later.
As again, in my accent, I would use a diphthong to pronounce this word, years. But due to this process of diphthong smoothing, Frank Lampard says it more like years, with a single vowel sound.
Years later.
And these two factors in combination with each other make Frank Lampard's English very difficult if you are learning the language. Let me know in the comments below if you have any trouble understanding him or another celebrity.